Okay, the inaugural video in the new space. It's a perfect space to practice in the morning and in the middle of the day, but in the evening it gets super warm because it's open. So you have a little view of the ocean. I'm getting curtains that I'm going to put up to help with that light. So hopefully those work. We're going to do just a quick 30-minute routine. We're going to get started by using a block to sit up on so our hips are higher than our knees. You want to do a brief meditation to help us become present in our practice. Try not to think about what we did earlier in the day or what we're going to do after practice. We're just trying to be focused on the here and now. Notice the feeling of the block underneath your sit bones. Or if you're not on a block, notice how the mat feels under your sit bones. Find a comfortable spot for your hands. Palms down will keep you grounded. If you flip them up, that'll open you up to whatever the universe wants to send you today. If you have a hand mudra you want to use, you can definitely use a hand mudra. I can do the Vishuddha mudra where I interlace my fingers, have my thumbs touching, they're in my lap. It forms a little cup. This is a mudra that you use for your throat chakra. Lowering your eyes down, you could stare at the tip of your nose, the floor in front of you, or maybe close them all the way if that feels comfortable. If you're not comfortable with closing your eyes, you don't need to do that. Just lower them. Tilt your head up slightly. Notice the temperature of the air on your skin. If there's a slight breeze, notice how that slight breeze feels as it blows across your body. Here in Central America, it's usually always warm, so that slight breeze helps to cool my body down. Starting our practice with an apajapa, that's a breath awareness. Not trying to control your breath, but just noticing it. So notice how it feels when it enters your nostrils and flows down your throat and enters your lungs, inflating your lungs as if they're two balloons, and then finally it lands in your belly, lifting your belly up. Notice how that breath feels as it leaves your body, how your belly falls, your lungs deflate. Visualize the breath traveling up out of your throat, exiting through your nostrils. Maybe you could feel it on the tips of your nostrils or on your top lip. Do that a couple more times, just getting to know your breath, becoming reacquainted with your breath. And with your next exhale, slowly blink open your eyes. We're going to come down off the block. Doggy, she's so aware of what's happening. She's such a good hunter. That's the mama dog Gacela. Okay, we're going to move onto our hands and knees. Coming into a tabletop, a Gavasana position. Flowing through Chakra Vikasana. Cow, cat, back to an extended child's pose. Keeping our knees underneath our hips with this movement. On an inhale, you're going to lift your chin, lift your tailbone, and arch your spine down towards the earth. Exhale. Cat, tucking your chin, tucking your tailbone, pushing the mat away. Rounding through the spine. With that same exhale, we're going to shift back into our child's pose. Letting the hips fall over the heels, arms are extending out in front of you. See if your forehead can touch the mat. Let's do that 2 more times, a little bit quicker. Breath to movement. Inhale. Bitlasana, cow pose. Exhale, Marajasana, cat. Rounding through the spine, tucking the chin, and then you're going to push back into your Balasana, child's pose. Inhale, bringing it up to cow. Exhale, cat. Back to your extended child's pose. Inhale, coming back up to that neutral spine. Exhale, bring your knees together to touch. And then inhale for balancing cat. Right arm, left leg. Gaze is slightly forward. Think about reaching with your fingers and kicking with your heel, finding length through your spine and breathing here. This is a balancing challenge, so if you're wobbling, that's okay. Wobbling means you're building strength. Building strength in your core, your shoulders, and your hips and legs. Exhale, lower both limbs down to the mat. Inhale, other side, left arm, right leg, gazing slightly forward, kicking and reaching and finding that length in your spine, building that strength all over your body, challenging your balance. Exhale, lowering both limbs down at the same time. Inhale, extend your knees as wide as the mat. Exhale, Balasana, shifting your hips back. Hips land over the heels, arms extend out in front of you. Elbows lift up, armpits push down. Can the forehead touch the ground? If your forehead can't touch the ground, use one of those blocks that you brought to your practice to bring the ground closer to you. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bring your knees together. Take your right foot, place it on top of your left. Then sit back on your heels. So this is a great stretch for your ankles, for your tops of your feet. This might be enough intensity for you. If you want to go a little bit further, you can bring your hands behind you and lift your knees up slightly. Ah ha ha, yeah. Take a couple breaths here. Exhale, lower the knees. Shift forward, tap those feet out. Get some circulation back in them. And then switch sides. Your left goes on top of the right. Shifting back over your heels. So hang out here for a couple of seconds, see how it feels. If you feel like you can go a little further or you want more intensity, go ahead and add that lift of the knees. Remember to breathe. Exhale, lower your knees down. Bring your hands forward. Tap out your feet. Inhale, tuck your toes. Exhale, lift your hips up towards the sky, coming into downward dog, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Find what's comfortable for you in your down dog. You can have your feet about hip width apart, or you can bring your toes together. Focusing on trying to get those heels down. If you can't get the heels down, add a slight bend to the knees. Let's walk the dog. Bending one knee and then the other. Nice. Inhale, gaze forward, shift forward, high plank. Shoulders over wrists, heels over toes. Building some strength in our upper body. Building some strength in our core. Exhale. With the strength of your core, bring it back into your downward dog. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, shifting forward, high plank. Exhale, pulling it back to your downward dog. Inhale, shift it forward, high plank. And exhale, bringing it back down dog. This time when you inhale and shift forward, you're going to exhale and lower all the way down to the mat. If you don't have the upper body strength to do this, you can bring your knees down first and then your chest. Lowering all the way down, nice and slow. Beautiful. Tops of your feet are on the mat, chin or forehead. Notice how it feels in your neck, which is more comfortable, and land there. Palms are near your armpits, elbows are over the wrists. So think about cricketing your elbows together. Don't let them splay out to the side. Have them up over those wrists. On an inhale, Bhujangasana Cobra, you're lifting up your head, neck, chest, and shoulders. If you can straighten your elbows, that's awesome. If you can't, that's awesome too. Go to your ability. Exhale, lower down. 2 more times just like that. Inhale, rise, building some strength in our back body. Exhale, lower. Last time. Inhale, rising up. Pushing down on the tops of the feet. Exhale, lowering down. Bring your palms underneath your forehead. Rest your forehead on the backs of your hands. Inhale, bend your knees and windshield wiper out your legs. It's going to help release your low back. Find some stillness. Bring your feet back down to the ground. Hands are back down by your sides. Tucking your toes, and inhale, you're pushing up into a high plank. And then exhale, pulling back into your downward dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Bottom of your exhale, take some baby steps to the top of the mat. Inhale, heel toe your feet apart to hip width. And then exhale for ragdoll, letting your head and neck grow heavy. Have a slight bend to your knees so you could rest your torso on your thighs, grabbing on the opposite elbows. Allow your head and neck to grow heavy. You could sway gently side to side, maybe rocking your head yes and no, maybe finding some small circles. See what feels good and do that. Finding stillness. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips, and inhale, slowly rise. Exhale, Samastitihi, hands at heart center, bring your feet together. We'll flow through Sun Salutation A variation, Surya Namaskar A variation. Let's do 3 of those. With an inhale, arms come out and up. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Palms come to your shins. You're thinking about encouraging that length in your spine and pushing through the crown of your head. Exhale, step back and find a flow, a vinyasa. You're landing in high plank. We've been here before. We know what to do in high plank. Heels are over our toes. Shoulders are over our wrists. Shifting forward about an inch, lowering halfway down, chaturanga. Shoulders are in line with the elbows. Inhale, up dog. Flip the top of the feet. 4 points of contact in your up dog. Thighs are not on the mat. They're lifted off. The only thing touching are your palms and the tops of your feet. Exhale, down dog, rolling over your toes, landing in your down dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Bottom of your exhale, you can either step or float to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, rise. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Samastiti. 2 more of those. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, half lift. Exhale. Step back. Flow for your vinyasa. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Bottom of your exhale, step or float. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands at heart center, Samastiti. Last round. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Phalakasana. And lowering down, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Shavasana, down dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Bottom of your exhale, step or float. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands at heart center. Stepping out to the side, so you're facing the long edge of your mat. Let's get some wide-legged forward folds in. Hands are at your hips. Inhale. Lift your chest up, lift your chin up. Gaze up. Exhale, fold. As you're folding forward, you're coming forward, nice long spine, slight bend in your knees. Hands land directly below your face. Prasarita Padottanasana. When you're ready on an inhale, you're going to lift your right arm high to the sky, twisting towards the right. Exhale, lower the right hand back down to meet the left. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, twisting. Exhale, lowering. Last time, inhale, twist. And hold here. Couple of breaths. If you want to go a little further in this wide-legged forward fold, you could walk your left hand over to grab onto the right ankle, lowering your chest down, maybe wrapping your right arm around to grab onto the left leg. Inhale, returning to that normal position, or the original position, and then exhale, right arm comes down to meet the left, moving on to the left. Inhale, left arm lifts, twisting. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, lift and twist. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, lift and twist, and hold. So find what works for you. This might be enough. Remember, we're keeping our hips level. Imagine a cup of tea or coffee on your low back. You're not spilling any liquid out of it. Twisting just at the ribs. If you want more, walk your your right hand over to grab onto the left ankle. Wrap the left arm around to grab onto the right side and lower down. Woo! Breathe. Wherever you're feeling tension, breathe into that space. Exhale, lowering the left hand down to meet the right. Inhale, come up halfway, maybe coming up on your fingertips. Exhale, folding. Remember that slight bend in your knees, grabbing onto opposite elbows. Let your head and neck grow heavy. Exhale, hands to your hips, and then inhale, slowly rise. Nice and slow. Exhale, heel toe your feet together. Nice. And shake it out. We're going to do a little bit of balancing here. So you can come to the top of your mat. Coming into Karate Kid or Ardha Tadasana, half mountain. So I'm just turning this way so you can see what I'm doing. Normally you would be at the top of your mat. Okay. Root down into that left foot. Arms are down by your sides. Inhale, lift your right leg so the thigh is parallel to the ground. Your right foot's in dorsiflexion. Arms come above your head. It helps if you find a spot that's not moving around, a gazing point, a drishti. Hanging out here for 30 seconds. 30 seconds is the magic number to help build strength in that left ankle. If you feel that ankle's moving around and shaking, that's a good sign. That means it's working, building strength. So if this is super easy for you, you could always add a degree of difficulty by maybe moving your arms around a little bit. Bring one down and then the other. Maybe you're doing wax on, wax off, the Karate Kid. Wax on, wax off. Right? Or maybe you just send your arms out to the side like they're branches of a tree. Exhale, lower it down. We were actually there a couple of seconds longer, but that's okay. We'll just match the time on the other side. Okay, so when you're ready, here we go. Ekapada Tadasana. On the other side. Remember to breathe. As you focus on your breath, the balancing becomes easier. Left thigh is parallel to the ground. Your knee is bent. Left foot's in dorsiflexion. Arms are reaching above your head. Reaching towards the sky. Try not to bring the shoulders up around your ears. Just keep the shoulders down. It's just the arms that are reaching up. Here we go. On an exhale, everything comes back down to the ground. Roll it out, shake it out. Beautiful work. Coming back down to the mat. We are on our backs in a half corpse pose. Your knees are bent. Feet are hip width apart. Toes are turned in slightly. Arms are down by your sides. See if you can touch your heels with your fingertips. If you can't, walk your heels back towards your booty a little bit. Pressing down in the palms and the forearms. Inhale, you're lifting your hips up. Coming into a bridge pose. Hips, low back, mid back, and upper back. Think about squeezing a beach ball or a block in between your knees so the knees don't splay out to the sides. And exhale, lower back down, upper back, mid back, low back, and hips. 2 more times, just like that, articulating bridge. With an inhale, you're rising up 1 vertebrae at a time. Exhale, we're lowering back down, massaging our spines. Last time, inhale, hips, low back, mid back, upper back. Exhale, lowering it down. Upper back, mid back, low back, and hips. When you get to the bottom, take a full inhale. Exhale, Apanasana, bringing your knees into your chest, giving yourself a nice squeeze. Small circles with your ankles one way, a couple of times, and then reverse. Or you could do independent ankle party where they're moving in different directions at the same time. I like to rock side to side to massage my low back. And you're going to find stillness. Bring your feet back down to the mat. Send your arms out to the side like airplane wings. Lift your hips up. Shift them over to the left. Lower them back down. Exhale, bring your knees back into your chest. Lowering the knees down to the right, and you're gazing to the left. Opposite direction of the bent knees. And breathe here. Inhale, bringing the knees back up, realigning your spine, moving on to the other side. Inhale, lifting your hips up, shifting them over to the right. Exhale, bring the knees into the chest, lower the knees down to the left, gaze to the right. Take a couple of full deep breaths here. Inhale, bringing the knees back up towards the sky, realigning your spine, bringing your hands back down to your sides. Take an inhale here, and exhale for Shavasana. Final resting pose. Your legs are as wide as the mat. Just let your feet and legs get loose, flipping your palms up. We're not working anymore. We're letting go of any kind of ujjayi breath or any kind of pranayama that you were using. Just let that go. Returning to your normal breath pattern. You could lower your eyes if it's comfortable in your body. Relax fingers and toes. Relax shins and calves. Relax your thighs and quadriceps, hips and glutes. Relax your belly and your low back. Relax your chest and your shoulders. Relax your arms, biceps, triceps, forearms, and wrists. Relax your face. Uncrease your brow. Unclench your jaw. Let it all go. When you're ready to come out of your Shavasana, find some slight movement in your fingers and toes. Moving your wrist and ankles one way and then the other. Bring your feet together. Gently rock your head from side to side. Inhale, bring your arms above your head. Give yourself a nice full body stretch like you do when you wake up. Exhale, bringing your knees into your chest. One final squeeze before you bring your knees up to meet your head. Inhale, right arm rolls. Right arm comes up above your head. You're rolling off to the right side for a few resting breaths. And then you push yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Enjoying the rest of your day. After we do our final Om, hands come to heart center. Inhale through your nose, audible exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose, and this time we will Om. Namaste. Quick 30-minute yoga practice. You can incorporate a little movement throughout your day. To keep the blues away. Join me next time.